You hear the debate all the time, right? Powerlifters are strong, bodybuilders have muscle. It's totally different. Oh, science says otherwise. Boom! Boom! What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, tigerfitness.com. Let's talk about powerlifters. Oh, but there's more to talk about than that. Let's talk about powerlifters with more muscle mass having more strength than those who have less muscle mass. Now, there's this study that I read, and I was so fascinated that I'm like, I got to do a video and tell you guys about this, because a lot of people think that training for strength and training for muscle are two different things, when I have been promoting for years doing periodic powerlifting phases. In fact, my book, which is absolutely free, no strings attached, powerliftingforbodybuilders.com, that's powerliftingforbodybuilders.com, actually has a periodized program based on the conjugate system from Westside Barbell. But speaking of Westside Barbell, let me tell you a story. Let's reminisce. Before I get started, be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel. Only 5% of my subscribers have clicked that notification bell. Click on it so you know when I've done new videos, like this awesome one here. So check it out. It's story time. My first time training with my now business partner, Laura Phelps, was a shocker. If you don't know Laura Phelps, look her up. She's known as Queen Bee, and she trains at the Tiger Fitness gym, which is now the Hive at Tiger Fitness, because again, she's my partner. So it was a shocker, guys. So she was the disciple of the one and only Louie Simmons of Westside Barbell fame. So when I went there to train, we started with heavy safety bar squat. I'm talking heavy. Dudes lifting heavy weights. Like I was throwing up, for me, heavy's 405, right? But it was crazy. It was like 3 reps for whatever sets. I think it was like 5 or 10 sets. It was a lot of sets. Like it took a long time. I'm like, okay, I'm done. Let's go home, see some Waffle House, call it a day. I was wrong. Boy, was I wrong. So we then did everything from leg curls to reverse hypers to a bunch of other things, working in a hypertrophy rep range, 8 to 12 reps. Actually 8 to 15 reps. It was so much volume that I had to pump like if I did a bodybuilding workout. So what the hell kind of powerlifting workout did I just go through? Well, that was the conjugate system. It was the correct program, the correct workout, the one that Louie Simmons professed for decades. And now we have the science to show that, hey, Louie was right. And remember, Louie brought conjugate over from the Soviet Russia, like the Soviet Union. He brought it over and made it his own. Like this has existed. The Russians have been using this for decades. I believe that Drago used it when he fought Rocky. And then they ended the Cold War. Do you remember that? They ended the Cold War because of that speech that Rocky gave at the end of Rocky IV. So what about this study? It's going to be linked down below, an article down below, all that good stuff. It measured the correlation between strength and many body composition variables. So what was the take home from this study? We can have a powerlifting meet. Let's say we have a meet. We have everybody lined up. We measure them using a DEXA scan, measure their body composition, right? For lean muscle mass. We look at the lean muscle mass. And it would have similar results to if we had an actual powerlifting meet with squat, bench, and deadlift, meaning that the strongest person will most likely have the most lean muscle tissue. So have you noticed how strong bodybuilders are? Have you noticed this? Have you gone on Instagram and watched like Nick Walker and watched Sean Clarita? They're lifting stupid amounts of weights. So drug-free or not, bodybuilders are insanely strong. Note this study was actually on drug-free athletes. Think about the weights moved by some natural bodybuilders throughout the years. Kurt Widener, Brian Whitaker, Doug Miller, okay. Doug Miller, and I'm just playing Doug, I got you. But it's the same correlation. Doug Miller, I remember him deadlifting like 495 for like 20 reps. Dude's insanely strong. So let's quote the study exactly for their conclusion. When I see, I'm thinking, I have my glasses on. The results of the present study could guide practitioners working with athletes aged between 22 and 35 years old, practicing sports with higher risk of fractures. Examples would be alpine skiing, I would say basketball, football, soccer. to potentially utilize the squat, bench press, and deadlift, not only to build strength in order to increase sport performance, but also to increase the BMC and BMD. I'm going to save what those mean in a second. Of their athletes through heavy eccentric loading to help reduce the risk of fractures. So eccentric loading is the negative portion, which is where muscle damage occurs, which is theoretically where a lot of the gains, well, studies say a lot of the gains occur. And this eccentric loading, increasing the strength, will help reduce the risk of fractures. Further studies should be directed towards interventions trying to reveal that some type of relationship does exist between BMC, BMD, and powerlifting performance in that direction. In what direction? I don't know if that's a typo on the study, but I'm going to fix that right now. Okay, so check it out. Forget bodybuilders and powerlifters. Let's talk about athletes or just normal human beings trying to be healthy. Being strong will improve your BMC, which is, remember that, your bone mineral content, and your BMD, which is your bone mineral density. That's how strong your bones are. This means that lifting and building muscle will decrease the risk of bone fractures, ending athletes' seasons and even careers and making normal folks bedridden due to preventable injuries. So by being stronger, you lessen the risk of having your life alert bracelet on, like, help, I've fallen and I can't get up. So what's the bottom line? The bottom line is that we should build muscle and strength, all humans, for all humans, everybody, whether you're a couch potato, whether you're a soccer mom, whether you're a basketball player, football player, weekend softball player, I don't care. A good program to do that, as I mentioned before, is free, and it can be found at powerliftingforbodybuilders.com. I wrote this, and of course, all of my training books are free. They're all free, and it's based on the conjugate system. It can be done anywhere from 4 to 6 days a week. So here's how I'm going to summarize it. Forget the muscle versus strength debate. Get in the gym, load that shit, and get huge and healthy. Guys, I appreciate you watching. Hopefully this video helped you. Hopefully you could share this with someone else who is afraid to strength train. Somebody who might think that going heavy and squatting and deadlifting and bench pressing won't increase their muscle gains. Maybe you have a sedentary aunt who's just sitting on her ass and you're afraid that one day she's going to fall and can't get up. She's going to forget her life alert bracelet. Next thing you know, like, she's just sitting on the bathroom floor for like 4 days. That's not a good thing. Anyway, guys, like this video, subscribe to this channel. Can't stress enough, click on that damn notification bell. And remember to buy all your sport nutrition supplements from tigerfitness.com. Thanks so much for listening. I'm Marc Lobliner. That's not a game. The best booster isn't a shot. It's your natural immune system. Every time we step out into the world, we are attacked by viruses that do their best to break down our defenses. Vita helps solve this problem. Vita contains proven antiviral replication supplements and Imulina to ensure that your body is primed to defend itself against foreign invaders. Don't go another day unprotected. Get your Vita today.